Hi friends, good morning. Today we are going to discuss with another session of linear differential equation. In the last session we have seen the solution of a linear differential equation is of the form with the right side showing the function, that is generally we have expressed some differential equation d raised to ny by dx raised to n plus a1 d raised to n minus 1 y by dx raised to n minus 1 plus etc. Here this q of x is of the form e raised to ax into some function, that is f of x. Okay, so here f of x may be x square, sin x, cos x, or any trigonometric function sin hx. This all we have discussed. Okay, now suppose imagine the situation. Okay, suppose x raised to n and sin x or cos x, sin mx or any number, okay, sin 2x or so. Suppose a function, okay, generally we can write sin mx. Okay, if function of the combination, this algebraic function and trigonometric function, that will exist together as the function q of x, then we have to apply another method. Okay, that is different from the method which we have studied in the last case. Okay, so let us start with an example for this kind of solution of differential equation. So here you can see a differential equation d raised to 4 plus, this is d raised to, we have used with the notation d by dx as capital D. So this is basically d raised to 4y by dx raised to 4 plus 2d square y by dx square plus y equal to x square cos x. So this is the given differential equation. Okay, so here x raised to algebraic function and trigonometric function together come as the right side. Okay, so as usual we can solve the auxiliary equation corresponding to this part. So that is equal to m raised to 4 plus 2m square plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so this I can write as m square plus 1 whole square is equal to 0, that is m square is equal to, so this is m square is equal to minus 1. Again as it is square we have the same solution repeating, m square is equal to minus 1. Okay, so from it if I find m is equal to plus or minus I, here also m is equal to plus or minus I, right? So once you get the imaginary root is repeating, then you can write the complementary function as this all we have discussed in the previous lectures, c1x plus c2 into cos x plus c3x plus c4 into sin x. Okay, so complementary function we got. Now to find the particular integral, we want to implement some new trick here. Okay, so particular integral. So in order to solve this combined function, I am writing this cos x as real part of x square e raised to ix. Okay, see cos x is generally we know that e raised to ix is equal to cos x plus I sin x. Okay, so if I am taking the real part of e raised to ix, that is equal to real part, this is imaginary part, so real part of this term means that is cos x. So here I am replacing, this is the trick I am applying here. See instead of this cos x I am applying real part of e raised to ix. So x square into real part of e raised to ix divided by f of d, that is d raised to 4 plus 2d square plus 1. Okay, that is real part of x square e raised to ix by d square plus 1 the whole square. This is d square plus 1 the whole square. Now as we have done earlier, e raised to ax f of x function that we know how to do, that we have done in the last class. Okay, you have to take this e raised to ix out, and then this coefficient I, if you take this e raised to ix out, what you have to do, you have to add this d plus I the whole square, right? So the step is not given here, so let me solve this. See, so if you take this e raised to ix out, then e raised to ix into, okay, so you have to the coefficient of this x you have to add with this d. So here real part I am keeping here, and this e raised to ix I am taken out. Here we have x square only, but at that time this become d plus I. We have to add this coefficient with the d term, d plus I the whole square plus 1 the whole square, right? So this all about this. Now I can take a 2, if I am expanding this, that this can I write x square divided by, so real part of, let me go to the blackboard. See, x square, that is e raised to ix. Okay, now d plus I whole square, that is d square plus 2d plus I square is minus 1, right? Minus 1 plus 1, right? Plus 1 the whole square, right? So this is so here we have 2id, right? 2id, okay, 2id plus 1 whole square, that is minus 1 and minus 1 cancel. So that is real part of e raised to ix into x square divided by, so I can take a 2id out, 2id square, 2id when I am taking whole square, so 2id square out, right? Then I can write this as 1 plus, okay, 1 plus d square divided by 2id. Okay, this step I have shown there. So let me go to the main board and check. Okay, so this step I have given here. Let me go to the this step. So see here, real part of e raised to ix into here x square divided by, I have taken this 2id square out, and this 1 plus d square by 2id, and we have x square here. Okay, now let us proceed from this step. Okay, so that is real part of e raised to ix into x square divided by this 2id square, that is 4 minus 4d square, because I square is equal to minus 1, so minus 4d square, and here this d square and d cancel, so d by 2i the whole square. Okay, now real part of e raised to ix into, so here so here 1 by, so let me do here, there is an error. Okay, so this is 1 by, so this equal to 1 by minus 4d square. Okay, real part is here, e raised to ix is here, and minus 1 by 4d square out. This I can take to this side, then 1 plus d by 2i whole raised to minus 2. Okay, now I can expand this using binomial theorem. This is a real part of, so here we have to keep this real part. This real part we have to keep up to the last step. Okay, so real part of e raised to, here minus e raised to ix by 4d square, and when I am expanding this 1 plus nx format. Okay, so 1 plus nx, 1 plus x whole raised to n is 1 plus x whole raised to n is 1 plus nx plus n into n minus 1 into 1 into 2 into x square. If I am expanding like that, here 1 plus n is minus 2, so minus 2 into x is d by 2i plus n into n minus 1, minus 2 into minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3, so here keep a sign minus 3 by 1 into 2, that is 2 factorial into d by 2i xi square, that is x square, that is d by 2i the whole square, into outside we have this x square. Okay, so here we have x square. Okay, so keep all the term here, so here we have an x square here. Okay, so this x square. Okay, so into x square that I have shown here. Okay, that is real part of e raised to ix divided by minus 4d square. See, when I am giving this, I am multiplying this 2 cancel, so 1 minus d by i. Okay, 1 minus 2 cancel, so 1 minus d by i into x square. I have to multiply this x square to inside the bracket, so 1 into x square. So this is d is the differential operator, so x square into differentiation 2x, that is 2 cancel. Okay, so we have this and outside we have a 2, so we have 2x by i. So when I am differentiating this d square by 2 times, I will get 2. Okay, so here minus minus plus, right? Minus plus. Okay, here we have n minus 1 into this. Okay, minus plus, and this I square is again minus 1. Okay, so here all we have the negative terms. Okay, one negative term, another negative term, so that is positive. Due to this I square we have again minus, so minus 3 by 2. Okay, minus 3 by 2. Okay, so that is equal to real part of e raised to ix by minus 4d square into x square minus 2x. So if I am multiplying and dividing by I, then this I square become, that will be negative. So I square is minus 1, minus minus plus. So I can write this as 2ix minus 3 by 2. Now real part of e raised to ix by minus 4d square into, that is e raised to ix, I can write as cos x plus I sin x. Okay, by minus 4 into this d square I can take uh, to the numerator, that is d raised to minus 2, that is x square 2ix minus 3 by 2. Now what is d raised to minus 2? That is the double integration. Okay, d is differential, so d raised to negative inverse, d inverse means integration, d raised to minus 2 means double integration. So if you integrate x square by 2 time, what you will get? You will get x cube by 3 and then again differentiating x raised to 4 by 12. Okay, so I am doing the first differentiation, d raised to minus 1. So d raised to minus 2, out of this d raised to minus 1 I am taken, d raised to minus 1 I am multiplying to inside bracket, that means integrating, that is x square on integration x cube by 3 and 2i into x on integration x square by 2 and minus 3 by 2 on integration minus 3 by 2x. Okay, now again cos x plus I sin x divided by minus 4. Okay, by minus 4 into, again we have one more integration, that is x raised to 4 by 12. This is x cube by 3, 2 to cancel, so I x cube by 3 minus again integration, that is x square by 2, that is minus 3 by 4x square. Okay, now out of this we must need the real part only, so I am skipping all imaginary part. Okay, so when I am multiplying this minus 4 cos x, okay, I can write minus 1 by 4 and cos x, this minus cos x, that is multiplying with this term, there is no imaginary part, so I can take x raised to 4 by 12. Now this cos x is multiplying with this term, there is an imaginary number, that need not take, we need only real part. And this cos x you are multiplying with this term, then we have this minus 3 by 4 x square, so that also real part. And similarly if this I sin x you are multiplying with this, so there is an imaginary part, that need not take. And this I sin x you are multiplying with this, then there is a real part, because I square is minus 1. Okay, so that time you got minus 1 by 3 sin x cube sin x, and this I sin x is multiplying with the last term, that is imaginary term, that need not take. So the real part of the entire expression will be the answer. So this is the particular integral, and to find the total value of the solution of y, that is complementary function and particular integral. Complementary function we have already solved here, you can substitute here. Okay, so this is our complementary function that we have solved, that we can substitute here. Okay, so so this is all about this problem, and we can do one more problem based on this. So here we have a question, d square y by dx square minus 2 dy by dx plus y is equal to x sin x. See, d square minus 2d plus 1 is equal to this I can write, that is equal to x sin x. And here complementary function auxiliary equation we can solve first to get the solution of the right hand side, that is m square minus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0. So when I am solving this, I will get m is equal to 1 1. So corresponding complementary function is m is repeating value, so c1x plus c2 into e raised to x. Okay, now to find the particular integral, this x sin x, so the right hand side is x sin x divided by this f of d, that is d square minus 2d plus 1. D square minus 2d plus 1 is d minus 1 the whole square. Now to find, okay, to find the solution, this sin x is imaginary part of e raised to ix. So here I am replacing, instead of real part with, that we have done in the previous problem, here we have the function sin x, so imaginary part of e raised to ix. Okay, so imaginary part into e raised to ix. So now I am taking e raised to ix, I am taking out, then you have to add this coefficient of this xi with this d. d plus I minus 1 the whole square. So that is imaginary part of e raised to ix into, that is 1 minus, if I am taking this part is, I am taking negative out. Okay, even if I take negative out, there is a square that will not affect this term. So 1 minus d plus I can write this as 1 minus d plus 5, and I am taking this term to numerator, there is a power, this 2 become minus 2 into outside we have 1x. Okay, now I am expanding this using binomial theorem. Imaginary part of e raised to minus ix, that is 1 minus nx, that is n is minus 2 into x is d plus I. Okay, into outside we have x, that is imaginary part of e raised to ix into 1 plus 2d plus 2i into x. Now what I am going to do is I am multiplying this x to here. So imaginary part of this e raised to ix I can write as cos x plus I sin x into, if I am multiplying this x into 1, that is x into differentiation, x on differentiation gives 1, so here 2 and here 2ix. Okay, now the answer is imaginary part of this entire expression. When I am multiplying this cos x, so this is a real number, so need not take cos x with 2, that is also a real part. But when I am multiplying this cos x with 2xi, there is an imaginary term, so 2x cos x, that is the first term. Now if I am multiplying this with this x, I sin x with x, that is imaginary term, that is x sin x. Okay, and this I sin x I am multiplying with this 2x I. Oh, that also, that's not an imaginary number. Okay, so how this come? So cos x on yes, I sin x on multiplication 2, then we have 2 sin x. Okay, so here x cos x, we need the imaginary term. So first imaginary term will produce by multiplying this with this. Okay, the remaining term, the second imaginary term produces by this with this, that is x sin x, and the next imaginary term will produce by multiplying this with this, that's on, that is I sin x, that is 2 sin x. So here we need 2 sin x. Okay, so that's the problem. So the particular integral also we got. Once you get the particular integral, the complete solution is complementary function plus particular integral. Okay, so this is all about this session, and in the next class we will do the solution of a differential equation some other kind. Okay, thank you.